if it is your first time to click my video, this video, let's say first time, then you don't have any idea what I'm doing. So let me just introduce myself. I am a teacher vlogger because I started vlogging in Far Eastern University. So I observed when I was there in 2016 to 2018, I observed that students were really into YouTube. So there's this library, there's this e-library on the second floor of Far Eastern University Library. So there's, it was really evident that they were using YouTube while they're studying. They would always go for instructional videos for anything and everything. Some of them, since some of them are enrolled in HRM, some of them would want to be, would love to learn something about culinary arts or even mathematics. They would always click the instructional video. And then for entertainment, I can see them in social media. You know, so I glance, no? Although I'm not invading their privacy, I'm not really it's like visually trying to read their activities, but then, you know, just glancing, I can see that YouTube was really something that was very popular at that time. And so I thought, and then that was also the time where the vloggers were becoming popular, like Will Dasovich. That was the time when he got cancer. Alodia as well, you know, and then cooking, Erwan's cooking. I was also tuning into his vlogs. And then I thought, what about a teacher? Can a teacher be a vlogger? So if you go to YouTube now, there are a lot of teachers doing a lot of stuff. But then, on my part, I just am really focused on book review. So this is what I do. I promote reading. So since I'm an English teacher, so if you notice in my previous vlogs, I'm really using English because first of all, I'm an English teacher and I would want to interact, communicate with my students using English. So I'm using YouTube to connect with my students. And then at that time, since I was in Manila, my daughter was living quite far from me, living in Zamboanga City. So the only way to connect with her immediately is through YouTube. So I upload YouTube, and since she's connected with me, she's able to track where I'm going, what I'm doing through my videos. And so that was the start of it. So instruction for classroom activity. So at that time, I think very few teachers or in the educational system, very few would do this type of would use technology to connect with students. And so that is what I did. Just a raw vlog, you know, without really the makeup and all. Just raw vlog, you know, just show. Vlogging is like recording or documenting what you're doing every day. The history of vlogging really is just it's like a journal in your writing or writing a diary. If a diary, if writing is to a diary, no? If writing is to a diary, then vlogging is to documenting, no? So vlogging, speaking, is to documenting. Documenting what? So documenting the moments, no? Whatever is happening. Just like in writing, you come up with a diary, and that diary would be narration of events. So vlogging or speaking, oral speaking in front of the camera is documenting the events that is happening. I mean, the events that are happening. And so after considering this as a classroom activity, so I also tried vlogging my book reviews anywhere in the library. So if you're looking at if you would want to look for my previous vlogs, I have several vlogs in the library. So after I read, I book review. So there's a pattern, I call it vlog notes. then we are able to present, no, our book review out of the books that we're reading. So what type of books? So basically novels, no, sometimes philosophy books, but more on novels. So I really love reading novels, and I book review. And so now, since next semester I will be handling undergraduate students again, so I would prefer literature subject. So this is how I connect with my literature classes. I do book reviews, no? Whether world masterpieces or contemporary novels. So to promote reading, to encourage them to read, then I vlog what I read through book reviews. So now, since there was a sale at KCC, and so I was able to buy as low as 60 pesos. 20 to 80% now at National Bookstore in KCC. So now, let's say, so this vlog is supposed to be just a preview, not really an explicit preview, just in passing. My thoughts, when I say preview, I would just like to show to you the title of the book, and then the writer, and what I think about the first 2-3 pages. So first of all, the book was written by Pauline Reage. Pauline Reage is a French writer. Okay, so this is the book. So Pauline Reage is a French writer, and then this book was translated by Sabine Destray. I think a French English bilingual as well, right? So French as well, no, compared to Pauline. Sabine is a French, but then she is also proficient in English. That's why she's a translator. So initially, what I do commonly, the common practice is when I read a novel, I usually go for the reviews, no, the nuggets of reviews from different writers, from different printing press, no? From different agencies about the book. That is what I read first. So I noticed that what they are pointing out would be the book is quite intriguing because of its eroticism. There's highly sexual content. No? So normally when I encounter such books, I run away from the book. I don't buy because of my religious belief. No? I usually not anymore reading sexual fantasy type of books, even if it is considered as a good literary piece. No? The reason for that is we are trying to avoid activating something that we are not supposed to activate, especially the sexual tendencies. But then, as we grow older, we mature. So I'll give you an example. It is just like viewing a nude painting. If you are not that mature in terms of how you digest an art, then that nudity, the nudeness in that particular nudity, that nudity might have an effect on you, right? So, but then we need to draw a line between what is an art and what is pornography in visual arts. Same thing in written output, right? So this one, of course, I can see that there are good reviews about the writing style as a prolific writer. I can see that the reviews are praising Pauline for her for possessing certain genius in terms of her writing style. Now, I need to verify, so structure-wise. So in terms of structure, basically the book started with a commentary, a translator's note. So from the translator, comments about the background of the book, so the translator's note was focused more on the background of the text. And then there's also a note on the story of particular content already, it's like a review as well, no? But I'm not really wanting to read this, otherwise this might already influence my thoughts. So I want to go for Happiness in Slavery. But Happiness in Slavery is still more of a reflection. I think Happiness in Slavery, written by Jean Fonhan, is more of a reflection after reading the text, no? But let me validate that when I'm going to do book review already. So the story proper would start, I think here, chapter 1. Chapter 1 would start, The Lovers of Royce. So basically, I can see the structure, no? The writing style is quite advanced. No? The writing style, sentences, no? You can see that for French writers, they have this style of creativity that no normal amateur writer can do. So that is really embedded in their style of writing, and with the use of sentences, with the use of tone, no? Especially if it's sexual. So initially, reading the initial pages of the book, I can say that this could be very creative in terms of narration, in terms of presenting dialogues, in terms of tone. The width of tone is quite evident. No? So maybe we will know, we will try to use our maturity in order to understand, try to digest what this erotic text would bring us. But what really is the value of this in terms of a literary standard? Whether this would possess the literary standard that is expected of a text like this. Right? So, thank you for clicking this vlog. So see you when I'm going to do the book review proper. Bye-bye. See you later.